This is a case of murder. Murder 7 times over.
This is John Weber. He's been asked to defend you.
Been asked to, but I don't particularly want to.
Why don't you go home?
Because your case is so bad, no one else will take it. I read in your file that you were a warder in the prison service. I suggest you find out what's in store for you. Ask them what happens on death row.
I know what happens on death row. I was at all of the executions.
These warders, they get to know the men that they're gonna hang. Anything worse than killing a stranger is killing someone you know.
Shepherds of Butchers was a novel written by Chris Marnowick. Chris was an advocate in South Africa. He represented capital punishment cases.
South Africa had a very horrific period of hangings all through the apartheid years.
Ostensibly, it is a film against capital punishment.
Our story concerns a young warder of 19 who, in an 18th month period, kills over 200 people, or is involved in the hanging of over 200 people.
Definitely the death sentence and the hangings, I think, I mean, a lot of people aren't aware of what really happened.
I don't think people can believe and will believe that we actually had a system like this.
I wonder if the warrant officer would be kind enough to throw the lever and release the trapdoor.
In many cases, the warders were young men, 20 years old or a little older. Many of them got into prison service to avoid going to Angola or Namibia and fighting in the bush wars.
In this case, fictional, one of the warders goes out and, in an incident of road rage, kills 7 people.
When this happened, you were working on death row at maximum security prison. Surely you were too young.
Started working there over 2 years ago. The character, when you first read the script, comes across as a very just completely broken human being.
Garion is obviously something of a novice in the acting. He was only 18 years old. But when I first saw what he was doing when the camera turned on him and he was in the witness box, I was blown away.
Why didn't you tell me? Before I started hurting my wife.
Mr. Labuschagne.
Before I lost everything. Before I killed 7 people.
Mr. Labuschagne.
To me, the story was about uncovering what happened to Leon, and the only person who can uncover what happens to Leon is the lawyer, John Weber.
This young man, Leon Labuschagne, will almost certainly be hanged if he's found guilty of the murder of these 7 men.
By the time we get to the court scenes, he's got, 2 years of hell and another 6 months in a jail cell behind him.
The prosecution has adduced no evidence of a motive, and there appears to be none. We intend to look at the accused's working conditions on death row inside maximum security prison.
When we come to Kathleen in this film, she is representing the families of 7 innocent victims who she feels connected to.
Andrea was fantastic. She has a very thorough process of preparation.
She's really quite scarily good.
So your defense is not that you didn't shoot them, but that you can't remember shooting them. Is that how we are to understand it?
My lord, it's not for the accused to answer questions of law. I alone can answer questions such as those posed by my learned friend.
All of the South African people that came together, both in front of and behind the camera, were amazed by the power of the script.
I'm really looking forward to working with Dion. The 2 characters have a very, very interesting relationship.
He plays a big role in his life.
He's even trying to grow a moustache like mine. He totally sees him as a father figure.
By the time he got to prison, I think the only person to look up to was that warrant officer.
He's at the court case because he wants to see how this guy holds up. What does he divulge?
Mr. Labuschagne, please tell the court how you felt personally measuring Gibbon's neck when you'd gotten to know him so well and felt he should not be hanged.
I didn't feel anything.
How do you tell the story about somebody who at the same time kills people and is a victim?
It is an important story to tell, another South African story that I think we need to see.
Sir, I'd rather you picked one for me, sir.
Your boy must pick one. That's how it works.
It's a real eye-opener for both the South African people that were there and people all over the world.
You cannot ask a man to be both shepherd and butcher at the same time.